let's talk about another underachiever. What is happening to the Brazilian side? Carlo Ancelotti could not deliver the course on Brazil. The last time they did anything fantastic at the World Cup was 24 years ago. And it seems the standard of players that we saw 24 years ago, that's the kind of standard we are expecting now. The standard is not there. And the Brazilian side, they always overpromise and underdeliver. What is the issue with the Brazilian side? What exactly is the issue? Is it a coaching problem? Is it a player problem? Or what?
I love Carlo Ancelotti. Like I love the guy, solid guy. I mean, I love him at Chelsea. I love him at Real Madrid, at Bayern. He's a very very good attacking coach. He's one of the best player managers I've seen. When it comes to managing players, Carlo Ancelotti is up there. You understand? But I think it's time we move on from this guy. You understand? It's time the entire football world, the entire football continent, the entire anybody with the word ball. It's high time we move on from Carlo Ancelotti. I've accepted the fact that Carlo Ancelotti is no longer that guy. You ask what's the problem. Number one is coaching. Is coaching. See, this Brazil we're watching, I mean, they've been doing exceptional. They've been letting those issues that we're doing this one. What Brazil play, what Carlo Ancelotti will allow your team play is freedom of movement football, freedom of anything football. You see that freedom that Vinicius was lacking at Real Madrid under Xavi. He has it under Brazil. You understand? Carlo Ancelotti will allow your attackers do whatever. That's why attackers tend to do well under Carlo Ancelotti. Check it. Any attackers, all the things Carlo Ancelotti have managed, his attackers usually do exceptionally well.
Hmm,
You understand? They
that's
usually
interesting.
do exceptionally well. You understand? You can go and look up the stats. Anyone that is watching the show. You understand? So this that alone will allow his team score goals because he's an attacking coach. And I he's an attacking coach. But it's not his tactics have always been questionable. I love the guy, but his tactics have always been questionable. You understand? He has the aura and everything. I mean, he chew his gum and everything. People think is the dawn. You understand? He's the top. Come on, this guy, that is no deal like that. Too. That's one of the problem. Coaching is one of the problem. Number two, this one is personal to me. They did not take Joao Pedro. They did not take Joao Pedro to the World Cup. That is what did they? I was
Are you serious? So they got knocked out because Japenu was not there. Why?
no. I'm
Rafinha,
obviously joking, but yes, I want
hold
to
on,
add it.
hold on. Rafinha that was doing well for Barcelona. How many appearances did he have? So I mean, well, maybe it's a coaching problem. Maybe it's the coach not knowing how to use the personnel. Even Neymar was not supposed to be at the World Cup. Neymar was. I mean, yes, they wanted him to be there, but I don't think Neymar contributed anything positively to the Brazilian national side. Or what do you think?
They just brought him there for the name. That's the problem. They brought him there for the name. I mean, they didn't want Neymar to miss out on the World Cup, so they brought him. It may be his last World Cup. They just brought him along, despite him not being 100% fit. That is not fair. It's not fair to other players like Joao Pedro that are actually fit and ready to go. It's not. So I feel like they just brought him. I mean, his name I was talking about. Imagine leaving Ronaldo at home, or leaving Messi at home, or leaving Kevin De Bruyne at home. So it's about the name. That's why they brought Neymar. Do you understand? So and it's not fair. I was actually wishing them bad luck, and I'm very happy they are out because they left my guy at home. They left my guy at home, and I was not happy about it. So I think as much as I'm going to say the coaching problem, I feel like you look at the Brazilian national team now, you cannot see any evil back then. Ronaldinho, Fabinho,
Yeah, are you there? Yeah, are you there? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
can hear
so
you. So I was
yeah, go ahead.
saying they don't have the players now don't have that they don't have that thing in them. Brazilians back then, you know them for play, you know them for for the way they play, you know them for the way they coordinate themselves, you know them for these things. They are fearful, they are fearless, they are scary. But now look at the Brazilian national team now. Look at the Brazilian national team now. It's I don't know. I don't know. It's disappointing actually. It's disappointing that there's the coach problem, there's the players problem. You understand? So I feel like this contributed to them being out of the World Cup because they lost to Norway. And how Norway are not all that. Norway are not all, and that's
Okay,
why it's
okay.
painful.
Now that you mentioned Norway, Norway is going to face up against England. Um, we saw how England struggled against you know against Mexico. Jared Konsa will be missing the next game. Jude Bellingham will not be available because of the silly second yellow card he got. Um, the game was very stressful. The last 20 minutes of that game, the last 15 minutes of that game was a high pressure game um, for for England. They are facing off against Norway. The last time Norway was at the World Cup was 28 years ago. Most of the players that play for Norway, they were not born the last time they were at the World Cup. Do you think Norway has what it takes to be able to knock out the English side? Do you think they have what it takes? Owing to the fact that they knocked
Yeah,
out Brazil.
actually, yeah, knocking out Brazil is not exceptional. Like it's not exceptional to me because Japan should have done that. Japan should have done that actually, but they didn't. So knocking out Brazil wasn't exceptional. But yeah, I see Brazil, so it's impressive, kind of impressive. But you see that Mexico game versus England, that's the kind of game Tuchel thrives in.
How,
Tuchel normally
how do you
thrives
mean?
if you
Well, you showed he
let
can
me explain.
defend. He showed he knows how to defend.
Yeah, let me explain. Tuchel is not a possession based coach. Tuchel have managed Chelsea. I know Tuchel very well. Tuchel is not going to play well against your low block. If you play low block for Tuchel, you might win or take a draw. Tuchel can come past one goal if you play a low block versus him. But if you come outside, like Mexico did, if you come outside to play ball, Tuchel will finish you. Tuchel have shown Tuchel can beat. Tuchel is one of the coaches that can structure his team to beat any press at all. Look at that game. Look at. I don't want to mention any. I don't want to mention any random Chelsea match on that ticket. So I'm going to mention one that we all know about. Champions League final versus Manchester City. Look at that press. Look at the press Manchester City and Pep Guardiola played in that game. I've never seen that kind of press before. The press was from hellfire. That press was from hellfire. That's where they brought that press from. Yet Tuchel beat it. Look at the goal we scored. If there's no other indication, that's an indication that Tuchel can beat any press. Now let's come back to that Mexico game. Mexico were pressing so hard, they were pressing so well. You understand? And most of the time, England were beating the press. Why is that? Tuchel. You understand? So if you come to Tuchel to press him, to press his players, you understand? He knows how he will beat your press. Not every time, but most of the time, he beats press. He beats press more than majority of the managers he has faced. Do you understand? So that's why he struggled. That's why he struggled versus. I think he played 0-0 versus a team that were playing low block. I've forgotten
Ghana.
what in this World Cup. Can you imagine? Look, do you see the low block Ghana played? That's why he struggled versus that match. You understand? Titans have to win games versus low block teams. But if you come outside to play, you put three versus you, put four high number versus you. Now let's go to that game versus Norway. Norway don't Norway don't press. Norway are not a possession based team. England are not a possession based team. The two things they'll be dashing yourself the ball. You take the ball now. I don't want ball now. You take ball now. You take ball now. Nobody wants to have the ball because the two teams play identical. That's where experience comes in. That's where experience comes in because they have similar pattern. They don't like to have the ball. They rely on counters and explosive fingers and Haaland, Odegaard, and Musa, and these players. That's where experience comes in. That's where I feel Tuchel we come out victorious because of experience. Do you understand?
Okay, okay, that
Bellingham, no Bellingham, no,
yeah, no Bellingham, no Jair Konsa.
yeah, no Bellingham, no Kwanzaa, but they have other players. That's why I feel Tuchel experience will come in. I feel like this is the end of the road for Norway. This is the end of those that Haaland magic is doing because his magic is doing at this point. Out of nowhere, he just got 2 goals for me. How? Why would you do that? Out of nowhere, 2 goals.
The funniest thing,
That
he
magic
had
is going to
he
take
had only 69 touches. Out of that 69 touches, 2 were goal. He had only
I
69 touches
can
in
just
all that
imagine
game.
that.
69, just 69, nothing more than 69, and he had 2 goals.
I was just what I mean just first watching before Haaland just scored the ball, Haaland head and go. How? He never pass on how why would he shoot from there? He shoot from as I come on. It was just honestly the way Haaland scores sometimes is just I don't know. Just from nowhere, just scores. Just 2 goals. Brazil are out. Brazil didn't believe their eyes. They were like, "Who's this?" They didn't believe what they saw. I don't think that's going to happen against England. I don't think so.
Okay, and that's very fantastic. Anytime we are talking, time is always going fast. Time is always running. Um, this is what we call this is what we draw the curtain on today's edition of the Goalpost. However, before I go, a lot of people said Argentina is playing Nations Cup. Argentina faces off against Egypt today. Briefly, what do you think? What do you think the outcome will be, and what do you think the scoreline will be? Argentina, Egypt.
I mean, it's the normal expected result is for Argentina to qualify, but I'm hoping Egypt will do something. Egypt can do something because I mean they've been gliding through their way through this World Cup so far. They made it out of that group stage. They are in the round of 16 now, so I expect them to do something versus Argentina. Salah should turn up. Salah should show why he's the champion. Argentina are not all dance. They almost points versus that penalties. That penalty in the game of penalty 50-50. If that game had gone to penalties, who knows what would have happened?
True, true, true. Thank you so much, Collins. It's always amazing having you here. I'm hoping by the time we meet up again on Friday, maybe your wish would have come through. Argentina would have been knocked out by Egypt, because I know for a fact that because Ronaldo is out now, you don't want Messi to move forward. Thank you so much, Collins. Have a wonderful Tuesday ahead of you.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.